Hello, and welcome to the race tonight. We're having a little bit of an audio issue here with Josh. I'm trying to get their audio coming up into the channel, but for some reason I can't get it to capture here. Say something for me, Josh. Yeah, so as we're waiting for these drivers to qualify right now, I'm gonna try to figure out what is actually going on.
Something. Oh, hello. Well, welcome to Bristol, guys. Bluegrass trucks here on a Tuesday night, bringing you that short track racing on the high banking, the short oval. It's 0.5 mile. It is Bristol. We are here in beautiful Tennessee, and we got another special guest here this week in the truck series with us in the booth. It's going to be that man who drives the number 28. It's Adam Lancaster. Adam, heard you said you got the notepad ready and everything. So, how you feeling going into tonight? What you expecting to see from these boys out here?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. It's going to be a fun night. I think Bristol is action packed, and I'm excited to see what these truck guys can do.
Oh yeah, you're gonna definitely see some battles, man. These guys definitely know how to get down. I mean, it surprises a lot of people when they see the truck series guys. They definitely know how to throw down and throw down really respectful. And it's crazy how much talent there is in this field. So it's gonna be a fun race as we roll into the round of 12. It looks like Doug Neal just set a 15:24. Is we should be able to get on board with some qualifying runs, Chris, if you want to, in the last about 6 minutes we have here left. As we'll go ahead and ride on board with Doug Neal. Looks like he set his second lap though, so he is on his cooldown lap. That 77 Simbox machine picked up that win. Where were we at when he picked up that win? Oh my goodness.
The Darlington?
Yeah, it was Darlington last week. Thank you. Uh, Man, it's been a long week. Very long week for me. But either way, yeah, that 77 came out of nowhere last week at Darlington. I mean, and just really charged the field. That Simbox machine picked up his first win of the season. Got himself off the bubble out of the round of 16 and into the round of 12. And in his post race interview, all he said was, I just didn't want to be knocked out in the round of 12. Didn't want to be out in the first or the round of 16. Excuse me. Didn't want to be out in the first round. So basically from here on out, it seems like that 77 is just going to be having fun and taking it in stride. I mean, he's where he was really wanted to be, and now that he's here, he can just kind of take it in stride and hopefully get some more consistent finishes like that. Show the speed like he was at Darlington as we ride on board with that man in that 51, that Ronnie Shirk.
Yeah,
Chevy Silverado.
Ronnie's one. I feel like will have a strong run tonight, and he'll be one of the guys you have to beat to win the race. Doug. I think Doug's had some pretty good speed throughout the season. It's really good timing for him to gain some momentum and get his first race win of the year last week at Darlington, and get some good momentum going as they get deeper into these playoffs.
Yeah, indeed. And I was thinking that same thing. It's we talk about it almost every week, Adam. It's funny to see like how some of these guys mid-season and early season were just kind of towards the back of the pack, not necessarily back markers, but mid-pack, just hanging out, running top 10, top 15, and then out of nowhere, a lot of the guys that you got running in the round of 12 right now, some of them were those lurkers that were just kind of hanging out, and it's fun seeing them progress, and even the guys that aren't in the playoffs anymore, that are just out here running to run. It's fun still watching them progress. You got guys like Travis Twitty who picked up his first top 10, like I want to say 2 weeks ago, and then drivers like Billy Bowerman, who's shown speed at so many different tracks like North Wilkesboro, and then last week he was showing so much speed before he got into an accident. And it's just it's crazy to see how many different tracks these drivers can acclimate to, and you really see these drivers' strengths and so many different strengths from different drivers on the different different terrains we go to. Whether it be the road course, whether it be the short track, or the the high banking super speedways. It's just fun to see each week these drivers, really start to flex that muscle and show their pace, show their raw speed.
Well, I think it's interesting to keep up with the truck series throughout the season and see some of the comers and goers. Obviously, Jason Collins and Nate Mower, Ronnie Shirk, those guys have been up front throughout the season. But from Hobbs and Travis White, those guys, and even Doug Neal at times. But those are guys that you kind of wait to see them break through with those consistent, strong runs week in and week out. But I'm interested in watching Ed Osborne and some of those guys in the back that just squeaked in and see, what kind of a string of good races they can put together to try to get deeper into these playoffs.
Yeah, you speak on Jeremiah Hobbs and guys like Ed Osborne. We've seen Jeremiah Hobbs be one of those guys that's so consistent all season. Top fives. We were calling him Mark Martin early in the season because he was finding those top fives and he felt like he was getting those P2s. And we were saying, okay, this is going to be the week he gets the win, dominate early race, late race, and he just falls off on some type of strategy. Something happens, and then you got people like Ed Osborne and we've seen Ed run as up, in the top five. We've seen him show pace at a lot of tracks, but get caught up in the stuff too, or just get to a track and him not really come to grips with that track. So it's like you said, it's going to be fun to see. Is now we're in that go zone. These drivers are really going to have to get the head down. They're going to have to charge if they want to keep it going in these playoffs. And once you're there, you're kind of thinking, man, hey, well, I'm here. Let's keep seeing how far we can go. So even if these drivers, not necessarily thinking they're going to win it, they're going to get on that loud pedal and they're going to see how far they can get themselves into it. So speaking of those playoff drivers, though, it's we're going to go ahead and pull up the points and run through our top 12 coming in here to the night at Bristol. So I think Chris is go ahead and getting that slide up on screen. As we, you see that round of 12, though, as we roll in here to Bristol, Jason Collins, the 3 season wins. He is still your points leader with Nate Mower, Travis White tied for second, Ronnie Shirk in fourth. It's going to be Will Weber, and then, who we were just talking about, Jeremiah Hobbs in sixth, still not able to pick up that first season win as well as Will Weber is what I was trying to say, excuse me. And then, Doug Neal picking up his first win last week at Darlington in that 77 machine. He's tied in seventh with Wes Weigand. Both got one win on the season. Joey Doucette going to be in ninth with Scott Madden in 10th. And then, we were just talking about that 42 machine of Ed Osborne sitting in 11th. And then it's going to be Daniel Worthington rounding out your round of 12th. Well, they're all tied for 10th. Yeah, but there you go. That's your 10th, 11th, and 12th. Either way. And that's going to be Scott Madden, Ed Osborne, and Daniel Worthington.
I think it's definitely interesting to take a look at that cutoff line and just how tight these points are, and we go into tonight at a track like Bristol where anything can happen, it's super fast paced and it's almost reminiscent of a Talladega, as odd as that sounds, where things happen so quickly in front of you and it's hard to check up and avoid things. So, like you said, these guys got to perform tonight. They got to perform every week if they want to continue to move forward. So it's going to be a fun race. It's going to be interesting to see who can avoid the carnage and the chaos and keep the track position, stay up front.
Yes, sir. Well, speaking of that track position, going to go ahead and run through your qualifying grid for this race. As Ronnie Shirk in that number 51 machine, he is going to be sitting on that pole position. It's going to be CJ Mason in that number 55, sitting right on his outside. In that first page media, Chevy Silverado, he's going to be sitting P2. Jason Collins, your points leader, he is going to be sitting in that P3 position, doing his best. Houdini hasn't loaded in yet. And then you're going to go to that fourth position. It's going to be that 971. It's going to be Nathan Mower. Christopher Blanchard, he is going to be in that 19 Mean Machine. He is going to be lining up in that P5 position. With Travis White in that 23 machine, he is going to be lining up P6. Will Weber, P7, with Chris LeBourgeois lining up in that number 83 machine. He's going to be sitting P8. Going to have Doug Neal, last week's race winner, sitting P9 in that number 77 machine, with Logan Russell sitting outside, rounding out your top 10 in that number 2 machine. Then it's going to be Billy Bowerman in that number 87. He's going to be sitting P11 with Jimmy Johnson, who's shown short track speed this season. He is going to be sitting in P12. Ed Osborne going to be sitting in that P13 position. Daniel Worthington's going to be sitting in that P13 position with Ed Osborne in P14. Then it's going to be Scott Madden in that P6 or P15 position with Dakota Shepard in that P16. Then you're going to go Joey Doucette with P18. What did you say, Chris? If you want to go ahead and my live timing goes crazy, man.
With Joey Doucette in 17th with You got Dylan Butler in 18th, Jeremiah Hobbs in 19th, Travis 20 and 20th, Trent Cameron in 21st, Wes Weigand in 22nd, Brian Terry 23rd, Jason Bridges in 24th. I do believe that is the field for tonight. Doesn't look like Dylan Butler, Trent Cameron jumped to the pits. Maybe you have a couple of drivers blinking in and out. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm not sure as that iRacing pace car going to bring this field around the track as those lights are off. So we're going to hit just around one more time right here down the back straightaway as we dive it off into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Ronnie Shirk and CJ Mason, man. A driver that's been really consistent, had some speed this season. You know, we know CJ's got the speed, but he's put himself on the outside pole here at Bristol, and it's going to be fun to see what that 55 can do with it as we roll on here. And there it is. Green flag is out here at Bristol, and we are rolling. It's big checkup on that outside lane. Is that 3 of Jason Collins going to get a good start? See that 51 of Ronnie Shirk going to dive it down to that inside lane early here, and we are already racing bumper to bumper here as we are green out lap number 1.
Looks like that 3 of Jason Collins. He's definitely got it figured out, but did have a little bit of a checkup there on that first start off there. So maybe whoa, as I see Jeremiah Hobbs has crashed.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Caution is out, so seems like we have had an accident, or have had an accident. Let's see. Doesn't look like too much damage on that number 10 machine. We're right on board here with Jeremiah Hobbs, see what happened. Oh, it looks like he just got on the brakes too hard. Yeah.
Oh, maybe he got a little bit of help there. Yeah, just like you said.
Like a little bit too much rear brake, too early in the run there. That'll definitely happen, especially when you're running tight quarters racing.
Yeah, indeed. It looked like he just, you know, like you said, just got in too hard. That rear end got around and got him all pretty much no harm, no foul to himself here at a track like Bristol. He's just going to have some heat in those rear tires. Are going to be a little bit slick, but here on this cool down lap, we'll be able to get him back at the temperature, and you know, it could have been worse.
Definitely could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, especially with the way that car gave him a little side tap right there, you know, but
you know, damage at Bristol isn't nowhere near, you know, the setback that it may be, say, for next week at Texas. So he should be able to come down pit road and get him some tires and line them back up and try again.
Yeah, we do have 5 sets here. Is that 5 sets as in the one on your car and 4 in the pits, or? Okay.
Now I believe they have 6 sets, so that'll be 5 sets on pit road.
Okay. So decent amount of tires to go around here at 150 laps of Bristol. I mean, that's going to go by pretty quick. So yeah, Jason Collins will correct you really quick, even when he's racing.
Yeah, the biggest thing here, guys, is just you know, track position is huge here at Bristol. You know, the line you'll see will migrate towards the top of the racetrack, and the guys that can make passes and keep speed to keep drive off on the bottom of the racetrack will do well. But keeping that track position, it is tough to pass here, and sometimes you have to get a little physical to get a pass done. So tires probably not a big issue tonight, but track position will definitely be key.
Yeah, you know, one thing about Bristol, it's not like it used to be. That low lane not as dominant as per se back in, you know, old school racing like you used to see, where they just hugged that bottom lane down there. Now that Bristol line kind of does move to the high lane, like you were saying, Adam. It's I noticed that when I first started racing here on the platform. I was like, I went to the low lane and just kept sticking it there, and I was like, man, I'm losing so much speed. How are these guys passing me on the outside at Bristol? And you know, finally, I guess it just clicked in my peanut brain to, hey, maybe move up to that outside lane on a fresh set of tires on your next run. See how it works out for you.
You'll see these guys on fresh tires. You know, you can make the bottom lane work for a few laps, but once the tires get some wear on them, you know, it's a lot harder to get a pass done down there on the bottom. And looks like we're coming to green here.
Yes, we are. And, you know, when you get those older tires settled in, you're trying to make those passes. That's where the old school Bristol comes in, right?
That's right.
All right, and that pace car is going to take that hard left turn. So after caution number 1 by the self-spin of Jeremiah Hobbs, it's going to be the 51 of Ronnie Shirk getting a big start on that outside lane as we are back green here. CJ Mason going to retake that second position as he was on that inside lane for the restart. That 51 of Ronnie Shirk, he's going to get off to a big start right here as he is already about 5/10 up as Jason Collins has rolled himself past that 55 of CJ Mason. You see that 971 and Nate Mower looked like he already had some big back bumper damage on that racetrack. Not sure if he took a little bit of a shot to the rear end or what did happen to that racetrack, but either way, shouldn't affect him too much here at Bristol. It's one of those tracks you feel as long as you got 4 tires and an engine that's running, you can really get out there and make some pace on this at this place. So we'll see how that does affect these guys here tonight. Rolling though, as we get later in, expecting to see some damage, expecting to see some bumper to bumper, fender to fender, but more or less, really excited to see these pit strategies start to work in. We know Bristol's one of those tracks the pit strategy can really play out, so it's going to be fun to see how these guys execute down pit road. We know we've got some of those guys that really make up time on pit road, and we've got some of our drivers that aren't as you know, crafty as other on that pit road speed time as we roll through our field here and just check out our drivers here tonight as we are rolling at lap number 12. Coming to lap number 13 is Jason Collins. Already tracking down that 51 of Ronnie Shirk now as we call him the Shirk on the lurk, but here comes Collins. He is rolling up to that back bumper of the 51. Looks like he's going to try to stick to that inside lane right on the corner.
Whoa.
They're going to be too wide here for a moment. Yeah, that could have gotten hairy for a second, but after that contact last week that Collins had, I'm pretty sure he is he's trying to race as what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily as clean as he can, but you know what I mean. Just really not trying to yeah.
He's trying to stay out of the business.
Yeah, trying to stay out of the business.
It'll be interesting here to see, you know, how hard Jason's willing to push it here early to get a pass done. I think probably the best thing for him would just to be kind of he's got a nice safe spot to nestle into right here and just turn some laps and kind of let the race come to him. He obviously has some good speed in that number 3 Simbox Bluegrass Chevrolet.
Yeah, that 3 shows speed here at these short tracks, man. He's been super good all season. You know, he picked up the win at Wilkesboro. He's picked up a win at a couple other tracks this season, and he's just done a good job. He was running really good at Darlington last week before he made contact. I can't remember exactly who it was. I want to say it was one of the lapped cars or something. Not exactly. Can't remember right off the top of my head what happened last week, but I do remember he did get involved in that wreck, and his car kind of fell apart. So we got a good little battle here between that 16 of Joey Doucette and that 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs. This is for that 16th position. As you see that 12 right there, that is... Ooh, who is the 12? Why is he not showing up on my live timing? Yeah. Is it... It's not Dakota Shepherd, is it? No, it's got to be racing... Oh, you were just on him. It's Jason Bridges. Ah! We found him.
Okay.
So that is Jason Bridges in that number 12 body armor machine, as he usually runs a 34. Sorry about that. A little bit of confusion right there. Probably should have I should have just looked who was racing Hobbs and them, but I wasn't thinking that much, dude. I was more confused why I didn't see number 12. Either way, we're back rolling up here with the leaders, Ronnie Shirk. As he's pulling up on lap traffic, that's the number 13 of Brian Terry. They're going to put that man a lap down here at lap number 22. As that just shows you the pace these leaders are rolling at. They are still digging at about 15.4, so some pretty good race pace here. As we are at lap number 23. We got 150 laps to get it done, and I want to say the stage break is at lap number 60, so you know, we can see some guys undercut here for that stage. You know, you just never know what these guys are going to do. But... I don't know. It's very easy to go a lap down here. Obviously, you go a lap down here when you pit. So it's just, you know, it's you know, you just don't take that risk sometimes. It's some of those drivers don't want to take that risk down pit road. Some do, and
As it looks like Jason Collins is able to keep up here with Ronnie Shirk. Doesn't look like Ronnie Shirk is is going too driving too hard here. Looks like he's just following that middle line. Maybe just trying to set up a pace right now. But you do see Jason Collins, your points leader right now, going into this round of 12. Doing a really good job trying to stay on that back bumper. You see CJ Mason also falling, a little bit back from that leader's pace, but we do know that CJ is a really fast driver. I was actually having a very extensive conversation about him with one of our friends the other day about how good of a truck driver he is. So it's good to see that 55 up here in that third place position, but right behind him is Nate Mower. See him, like Josh was saying earlier, got a little bit of damage on that back bumper. Saw a little bit of stack up whenever we had that second restart, so maybe getting just a little bit of a checkup from that one of those lanes. Maybe got in the back of him. You see him taking on that 55 on the inside, making a pretty good move here. This is one of those tracks that if you decide to pass on, you have to make it stick.
And I think right here you'll see a lot of give and take. That's that's some good give and take moves right there early in the race, and CJ just go ahead and move over. He realizes that Nate's faster right now, and he just then move over rather than run side by side and slow them both down.
Yeah, and now he's got that 23 of Travis White, so we'll see if he's gonna play as nice as he was just a second ago with that 971, or if they're just gonna race for that fourth position. So it looks like Jason Collins might be pitting in. Will Weber is in pit road right now, so it looks like we might have some drivers starting to call for pit road.
Yes, it looks like you said, Josh, Will Weber on his way down pit lane. So maybe you are right. Maybe we will start seeing some of those pit lane intervals coming down. You see Jeremiah Hobbs also coming down pit lane. A lot of drivers are probably starting to fill these tires because, like you said, you have 5 sets of tires, so be a lot of wear and tear in these first areas, like these first couple of laps of these races, because they got to get that tire rubber liner. Oh my goodness, my tongue is all twisted up. They got to get it laid down on the track, and then it'll start, helping out a little bit once they get it, once they get that, rubber laid down and everything. So.
And it looks like these guys are, for the most part, are splitting this stage in half. I think another thing to mention that we hadn't really touched on is there's a strict rule within the league about touching the outside wall here at Bristol. That some of these guys, if you do it just right in the center of the corner, you can kind of skim off the wall, and it helps the truck turn down the hill, and so it's worth watching. That these admins are watching closely all these guys to make sure that they're not using that wall to their advantage, and if they are, the possibility is there that they could receive a penalty for that.
Yes, sir. They do not take any unfair advantages in this league, so that is cool. The admins, like you said, Lancaster, man, they are always on top of it. It seems like no matter what. Look at that 971 now coming to that 3 of Jason Collins is Daniel Worthington, or excuse me, that's the 88 of Wes Weigand. He is going to shut the door quick on that 971.
Yeah, it looks like the 88 of Wes Weigand checked up there just a little bit. Maybe seeing those guys coming in really fast behind him, decided to get out of it. The 971 thought he could make a move, and then got the door shut on him as he was trying to get around it. You see the Jason Collins here fighting with that 24 of Will Weber right now. But it looks like Will Weber came down pit lane. Yeah, it looks like he came down pit lane, so he's got better tires. We're going to go back here with that 55 and that 23 of Travis White and CJ Mason battling it out right now. This is our closest battle for position.
And I think it's worth noting, right there, that lap 42, 43 exchange there with Jason and Mower. that Jason showed a lot of patience right there, and I think that was something that maybe got him in trouble last week at Darlington, and he had a lot of damage. So it'll be interesting to see if that pays dividends for him later on in the race, to just kind of be patient and let things play out in front of him. Obviously, Nate did a great job right there to not turn the 113 around, trying to navigate through the lap traffic, as we see that the lap traffic can be really hairy to try to navigate through.
As we go back up on board here with that 3 and that 971, now we got a little bit of a battle here for this second place position, as they are 2 wide here down the back straightaway. That 971 going to take that inside lane as that 3 goes to the outside. You see that 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs on those fresher tires starting to roll. The 971 is going to tell the 3 to go. Yeah, the 3 and the 971 were battling there, but the 971 just backed out of it and said, "Hey, I'm just gonna let you go, and we'll just hang out because it looks like a wreck's gonna, might happen in front of us." They got a bunch of cars up there, some on fresher tires. You got the leader bunch up there with some of those lap cars, so it's a little bit of a madhouse in front of them. So they are just trying to hang out here for the second place spot, and it just shows you the experience from these guys. And well, and there it goes. Jason Collins just called wreck.
Oh, and Collins got damage there.
Uh-oh. That looks like the 83 La Bourgeois around it is. 87 to Billy Bowerman. You see the 10 to Jeremiah Hobbs go to the bottom. 77 to Doug Mills just locked up, it looks like. Then, yeah, there comes La Bourgeois down the track. The 971 get into it as well. Looks like he might have got on the brakes a good bit.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Jason. Looks like the 83 didn't hold the brake there. That's they preach that. That's something that we preach in the Cup Series to those guys, to especially on these high bank tracks, to hold the brake.
Yeah, as you see the 83 getting into the wall there, and he got a little squiggly, and that 87 of Billy Bowerman just taking that run that he had, and sent around that 83 Crystal Bourgeois. So see, that's what it is, and like you said, just not holding that brake, and come down the track there, the 3 being collected up in it. So that is unfortunate for Jason Collins, but hey, he's got a little bit of time to fix that car, or that truck, and see if he can get it out here. But that's unfortunate for everybody involved in that.
Well, like I say, this track is everything happens super fast, and if you lose your focus for a moment, looked like the 83 had some faster guys coming behind him, and if you lose focus just for a moment, you can bounce off the wall or get loose or whatever it may be. But it only takes just a fraction of a second to wind up having an accident like this.
Yeah, and that's one thing, we always try to explain to people is just, these guys are out there and they've got milliseconds to respond. It's not like, you look at it from this point of view. Obviously, it's easy for us to see like, oh, he could have just turned left to avoid. It's not. That's not how it works, man. You see so little inside that cockpit of that race truck, and it's just hard, especially with the varying setups of these drivers. I mean, some guys on single monitors, other on ultra wides, other on VR. I mean, you've got so many different setups. You got so many different, guys that are impaired and have an advantage when it comes to vision. And it's crazy. So, stuff like that is bound to happen, and you just hate to see it. So
Not saying that Chris has anything like that. Just saying, Just
well,
pointing
that's the great thing about the Truck Series is it's a good feeder league for these guys to learn, and Chris will learn from that mistake and go back and look at it and see what he maybe can do differently next time. And like I said, that's what this Truck Series is for, is to give guys the opportunity to gain experience and move up, hopefully to the Cup Series, or possibly to a higher series. And take these experiences as a learning experience, and I'm sure the guys that are involved in that accident will remind him to take a lesson away from this.
Oh yeah, it's always a learning experience, man. Whether it's wrecking or getting to the checkered flag, and no matter what, I mean, it's always a learning experience. No matter what you do, as the green flag is back out, that 971 and 8 Mower going to get off to a good start. Is now it is going to be him out in the lead. He did not come down pit road, as we have about 4 laps to the stage. As you see that cone getting absolutely just destroyed on the track out there, as they are going to hit the stripe here for lap number 57. See that 16 of Joey Doucette though rolling around. That number 2 of Logan Russell. You can see he's going to move back to that 9th position. That 19 of Christopher Blanchard. He is going to pull up behind him as well. Woo, that 22 of Scott Madden getting a little tight. Almost made a little bit of contact with that 23 of Travis White. As that 55 CJ Mason now going to go to the inside of Scott Madden.
A battle for the lead here.
Oh yeah, there is a battle for the lead. Ronnie Shirk, Nate Mower. They are rolling too wide here. Ronnie Shirk going to reclaim his lead again. As Ronnie is going to go and get that slide job. He's going to clear that 971, and he's going to pull out, and it looks like he's already getting onto a good little run here as he is on those fresh tires. So that 971 of Nate Mower is on them old tires, so you can definitely see that pace advantage of CJ Mason now pulling up behind him as that caution flag is going to wave, and there is that stage break. That 51 of Ronnie Shirk, he is going to pick up that stage win. Nate Mower in second with CJ Mason in third position.
How about Ed Osborne up there in fourth to get some good stage points? We were talking about that earlier in the night of these guys that just snuck into the playoffs and see, what kind of points they can gather and try to move through. So that's a good stage for Ed.
Sir, so if you see those yellow fins or spoilers, excuse me, yellow spoilers, call them yellow tails, whatever you want to call them, that yellow banner across the race truck, that is still your playoff driver. So make sure to pay attention to those drivers through the field. You see those 3 right there, that 16 of Joey Doucette, 22 of Scott Madden, that 42 of Ed Osborne, all got the yellow. As you see that 29 of Travis Switty, his spoiler is just yellow, so he's the people's champion. As that 24 Will Weber going to stay out. Looks like he is going to try to stay and get that wave around. As there goes that 19 machine down pit road. All right. Well, while we were still under caution and have a moment, going to go ahead and try to see if we can have a word with that 51 of Ronnie Shirk, who just picked up that stage victory. Ooh, I said that weird. Ronnie Shirk,
Hey,
Chris, Josh, and Adam up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Gotcha.
Hey, man, you just picked up that stage win right there. As you are rolling in that 51 machine here tonight, you're going to restart here in that second place position, but you're on those fresh tires. As it looks like you got some speed here. How you feeling that 51 machine, and how's it feel picking up that stage win here?
Feeling pretty good. Just starting up front, got clean air, just running my race and not having to worry about anybody in the back. So, finish line Wash Pro's truck is doing pretty good. So we'll just try to keep it up here.
All right. Well, hey, Ronnie, it's good being able to talk to you again, man. We'll go ahead and let you go back down into your channel. But hey, good luck in the rest of your race. And before I move you, which channel were you in again? Because I completely forgot what I pulled you out of.
Team Reaper.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure before I moved you into the completely wrong one. All right. Well, hey, good luck, Ronnie, in the rest of your race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later, man.
All right, thank you, man.
Hey, good job there.
Oh, sorry, Adam.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. I'd be curious to know, how Ronnie felt about his truck there on the long run. I don't know that we've seen a extremely long run. It looked like he had some competition there with Jason. I know Jason's, had some trouble, but be interested to see how he feels about the truck on the long run. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's my bad. A little bit of ambitiousness. I see those pace lights go off sometimes. They're like, "Oh, crowd, where they at?" And then I don't want them to go take it off while I'm interviewing them. So, my bad. Should have asked that question. You know,
Well,
usually
you're
I
good.
do. Never. I always ask. I don't know why I didn't ask that tonight. Maybe I just don't care about their truck tonight.
No, you're good. We're
So,
coming to
hey.
green here.
Yeah, as we are coming to green, that 113 to Daniel Worthington, that 51 to Ronnie Shirk. Looks like that 113 gonna get the best restart on that inside lane we've seen all night. He's got a good little restart there. He is on some older tires compared to those guys he pitted last on lap 52. There are these guys on these fresh tires from lap 61, so we'll see how well he's able to hold himself up here just in the top three. Was it looks like that 51 and that 55 might just roll on by him here in turn number 3 and 4. As they go by him in turn 2, and it looks like, yeah, here in turn 3, the 55, might have gotten clear if the 51 didn't get that little bit of a checkup. It looks like CJ should be able to get past him here in just a moment. Is that 971 and 8 Mower now rolling up with that 23 Travis White as well. That 42 Ed Osborne and that 16 of Jody Set with the 22 of Scott Madden on the inside. So we got a little bit of freight train here rolling in the top 5, top 6 position. Is it's just a little bit of Gaggle race cars right here. Throw a blanket over these guys because they are rolling, and starting to see him crank up that intensity here as we are rolling here on lap 70 to 150. So we're starting to get past that halfway point. So you're starting to see these drivers maybe are starting to get close to that halfway point. So maybe starting to see these drivers think, hey, the intensity is going to start getting cranked up here soon. So you never know. You never know. As we are in the round of 12, you're going to see those drivers with those yellow banners, those yellow spoilers like we were talking about. They are definitely going to start cranking that intensity up. But right now, it looks like we got a good little race settling out.
Yeah, so it looks like CJ Mason, he's doing a really good job up here in that second place position, keeping up with that 51er Ronnie Shirk.
Yeah, CJ looks like he's trying to flex some muscle a little bit here, get that bottom turned down off the center there, and try to see if he can get under Ronnie there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does look like he's arcing it down there a lot more. He is trying to get just that fender right under that quarter panel. You know, looks like he's gonna get it right there too. He's gonna be too wide for just a moment, but you can see there's just not enough momentum, and that is almost might get him to surrender that position to that 971, who is on a big run. Here comes Nate Mower, who just had to jump out of the gas. He was just all over the back bumper of that 55 for just a second. As that 23 of Travis White in tow as well. So it looks like your top 4 now only going to be separated by about half a car length each as they are rolling here, fighting for this first position. It's lap number 74, as this is not all playoff drivers. Excuse me, the first 2 are not, but the second 2 are. So, yeah, so you're still seeing, even if they're not in the playoffs, not racing for the championship, they're still out there to race. Racing's racing, baby. That's what you like to see. These guys still have that that same spirit forward week in and week out, even if they're not racing for that championship. Yeah, I was going to say, we had 971's run, man.
Yeah, as you see the 971 doing a really good job getting down there on the inside of CJ Mason, but he's going to tuck back up on that outside lane. That inside lane doesn't seem to be working. I've noticed the last few times I've watched races here, a lot of people like to arc the top of the track. I remember back whenever I was a kid watching racing, watching NASCAR and stuff growing up, a lot of the guys ran that bottom lane, but now it looks like the top lane is always, it just becomes more dominant, as the race goes on.
Well, and it seems that, I've been in that situation where the bottom is very inviting to go down there, and you obviously lose a lot of momentum on exit there, but sometimes in these situations, just to try not to put too much wear on your tires or invite a guy to get on your outside, as we see right here with Mower getting to the outside of CJ there, but you almost have to run that top line and get as tight as you can to that guy and just wait for him to make a mistake and be prepared to turn under him and get by him that way.
Yeah, we got Fender Bender Kinder in the chat going attaboy Adam, so there you go. Shout out to you, Adam. He also said Team Reaper, I guess saying whenever you were saying which channel you need to be going into. And then he says, how about Mower? All physically banged up and still ripping. So, John Kinder, good to have you in chat, man. Got Troy Kedler saying that he's watching. Good to have you, Troy. And yes, Ronnie, we were here. We were just having a little bit of audio issues at the beginning of the race. We do apologize about that.
Did you respond to a comment that was 30
Yeah,
minutes old, Chris?
Yeah, I did. I did. I'm sorry.
From one of our drivers at that. From Ronnie Shirk at that. He's probably sitting there racing right now if he's got the stream on the background going, okay, good. Now that I know the stream's working, I can get digging. And look at that. They're actually going to be putting a lap here on Jason Collins. Another lap, actually. And that is unfortunate,
that's unfortunate
right there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Obviously, the damage he got there was not minimal at all, and has affected the speed of that truck. That's unfortunate to see. Like I said, I mean, Jason came into this race, I think he was 18 points up on second place, so he's got a little bit of points cushion to give, but it's definitely going to make things very tight and interesting for Texas next week.
Yeah, it definitely will be fun. You know, it seems like that's just been what's happened to Jason these past couple weeks. I mean, a good running race truck, and then just adversity, and hasn't been able to capitalize on you know, the pace he actually has. So it's unfortunate for Jason, but it's just like you said, he's got a little bit of that cushion to lean on. But as it starts to close up here, it's gonna start you know, getting in the back of his head a little bit more. He's gonna start thinking about it while he's racing more and more. As the more and more that points gap starts to shrink up. Woo! That's gonna be a big wreck. He saved it. Billy Bowerman is all beat up though.
Great job avoiding that there. And that feeds into my comment I was getting ready to make. I'm no expert on it, but there's an old adage, something about rather be lucky than good. Obviously, Ronnie was very lucky right there to not get involved in an accident.
Yeah, that was scary for a second. From that camera view, like Billy Bowerman was about to be full on sideways, but that outside wall he used it as just a straightener, and you see him going down pit road right there. So 87 just gonna get out of the way. It might have pulled into the wrong pit road, as looks like he might be down where he needed to go now. We're on the are we on the layout? You have to use both pit roads.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like Ronnie Shirk's starting to get a really good run. Starting to get away from Nate Mower. Almost got it up to a second now. 0.8 seconds on that second place position. So looks like he's starting to get a really good run. So maybe Ronnie Shirk's starting to tuck it away and just you know, start driving away. Maybe you know, these guys are starting to figure out how to drive Bristol. Now you know you won't have any wrecks or anything. But as you saw, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen at a track like this.
Did you say no wrecks at Bristol as they're wrecking right now, Chris?
No. I was saying they're not maybe we won't have any more wrecks.
Yeah. Well, caution out.
Yeah,
wreck number 2 of the night.
It's like Jason Bridges and Wes Weigand.
That's a lucky break there for the 77 of Doug Neal. He was about to go another lap down there, so.
So it sounds like it might have been a 34.
Yeah, it was the 34 of Jason Bridges.
$53 and 34.
Okay, so that's what happened. So you see Jason Bridges going off the front end of Jimmy Johnson there. And then you're going to see Wes Weigand just not having anywhere to really go. Like you were saying, this is a fast-paced track, so everything happens so quick that, you know, you see that happen, you're like, okay, either he's going to be there or he's not. And then whenever, you know, you just don't get off the brakes, and there you go. Then he's right there. You run into him, and you have that happen. So it's unfortunate for that truck of Wes Weigand, that 88 of Wes Weigand. So that's unfortunate for him. And also that 34 Jason Bridges going around off the front bumper of that 53.
Yeah, and that's going to open the door for everybody to come down pit road. They all came down this last time by. Actually, they're coming in right now. Oh,
We
you're
see
just
the
on replay, my bad.
55 and the 971 of Mower actually beat Ronnie Shirk off pit road there. So Ronnie will have to make some passes for the first time tonight.
Hey, Jeffrey Babin, Facebook chat. I'm watching. This has been a wild one. Yes, sir, it has been. And then John Kinder, shout out to Ed Osborne running in fifth.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. Now we got Nate Mower out in front of Ronnie Shirk on the fresh tires, equal tires at that. So it's gonna be fun to see if that 971, how well he can hold off that 51 machine. Not saying that he can. I'm not even gonna say if he can, because we know Nate Mower can hold him off. It's just how well can he? And we know they're both fast race trucks tonight, so it's gonna be interesting to see that 971. Last time he was battling with that 51, he was on about 10 lap older tires, so that 51 just drove on by. We'll see how well he's able to hold him off this time, and we got a good little battle here for this first place position. I mean, we only got 50 laps to go, so it's gonna be the shootout here.
Yeah, we're 2/3 of the way through this thing already. It'd be interesting to see if Ronnie can stay patient. Obviously, he was pulling away there on that longer run, so obviously he has the faster truck. But you still got to be patient and make the right moves at the right time. Still a long way to go, 50 laps to go. So it'll be fun to watch.
And you know they say Adam, the fastest truck not always the truck that wins, and Bristol is one of those tracks the fastest truck can definitely not win at. So it is going to be fun to see. Gonna be fun to see these battles here. Ed Osborne still sitting up there in that fourth position. We see him rolling the outside of the 23 of Travis White as the pace car is going to roll off that 971. He's starting to pull up, and that outside lane going to get going as the green flag is a waving. And he is going to get off to a good start in that Nate Mower machine. That 971 is going to get rolling. As Ed Osborne's going to promote himself up into third as he's going to move on to the podium and get himself in front of Travis White. So it's good to see him up here. You know that's exactly who you were talking about, Adam, at the start of the race, saying that he needed a good finish. It'd be fun to see guys like him get up here and look at that. He's got himself up in the podium, and he must have been hearing you over the radio because F42 Ed Osborne, he's been on a mission tonight.
Well, a long way to go still. Like I said, this is the time of the race where it's very easy to get overeager and get involved in something or get damage on your race car or race truck. So be interesting to see these guys showing patience and some maturity behind the wheel to make sure that they get to the end. And as we see here, the 51 of Ronnie Shirk is just hunting the back of that 971.
When he is going to go to the inside in that 51 machine, he's not going to make it stick. That run on that outside lane just too dominant coming off the corner. And you see a big old packed back behind that 22 of Scott Madden. As that's Joey Doucette. That 113 of Daniel Worthington, CJ Mason and company. As that is just a big old group of race cars. Woo, that's 24 Will Weber. We're sideways for a moment. Go back here on board with your leaders, though. That 971 and 8 Mowers. He rolls it just to that top lane.
As it looks like,
51? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, it looks like that 971 and Nate Mower, he's definitely got it figured out, but Ronnie Shirk,
but that 51 and Ronnie Shirk just had the fastest lap of the race. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does look like Ronnie Shirk is on the lurk, as you like to say, Josh. It's the Shirk on the lurk. He is definitely on the lurk for that first place position right now. Starting to catch that 971. You see, he's starting to get a really good gap on that third place position with Travis White. And Ed Osborne, he's falling back to that fourth position. But hey, like you were saying, he's up 10 positions. So it's good to see Ed Osborne up in that top position. You see that 13 of Brian Terry just on the bottom of the track, letting everybody go. Looks like
catching him's one thing and passing him's another. The longer they go into this run, the more difficult that pass is gonna be. So I'm sure Ronnie wanted to create a little space back to the guys behind them, which they've done, and try to get this pass done now.
Yeah, once those tires start to wear out, start to get even with each other on both those race trucks, it's going to be hard to make that pass stick for sure. I mean, you really are stuck to one line at Bristol. That's the fast way around once those tires are eaten up. So these guys are gonna have to sort it out sooner. They're just gonna keep racing bumper to bumper like this, which the way Ronnie Shirk's running right now, it looks like he is just trying to really make that 971 mirror drive. Just think where and if he's gonna go. You know, that's just a big mental game. You know, that 971 checking his mirror. I mean, he has to. That 51 is all over it, so he's got to look up every now and then just to think, hey, is that 51 gonna go to the inside? Is he gonna try to peak? Is he gonna try to overdrive it into turn one and try to run it clear? You know, and what is he gonna do here? You know, so it's just a big mental game. That 971's got to be on top of his game. Just keep his head down. He's allowed to check his mirror, but he's also got to hit his marks because one little hiccup and that 51's going to be all over him.
If I'm spotting that 971, I've told him to break that mirror off of the bar up there and throw it in a floorboard and drive out the windshield for 35 more laps here.
Yes, sir. When I'm up in the spotter stand for Chris, that's exactly what I'll tell him. I say, look, I've got your mirror from about 2 seconds on back, so just don't say or don't even look. If it's anything, just don't look in the mirror. I've got you, you know. So it'd definitely be nice if he's got a spotter up there telling him exactly where that 51 Ronnie Shirk's at, because that would take a big old load off of his shoulders. As we see a little bit of a battle here. Oh, I hear some wrecking in the back. As maybe it was just somebody getting to the outside wall. As we know how iRacing sounds can be sometimes with the wrecks.
Well, a spotter from time to time may stretch the truth a little bit and tell that driver that you're pulling away. In this case, I don't think he'd be fibbing. The 971 looks like he's inching away little bit by little bit.
Yeah, though that gap was just about a tenth, 2 tenths. Now back to almost 6 tenths. That 971 and Nate Mower starting to find speed. They did pass a lapped car, so maybe that lapped car just doing a little bit of dirty air to that 51 of Ronnie Shirk, or he just was not able to get by at the right time. You see them rolling by that 87 of Billy Bowerman right now.
You see Ronnie got in the wall there just a little bit that lap.
Yeah, now 8 tenths back. He is going to fall back hard here. And see Ronnie Shirk now trying to pass that 87 of Billy Bowerman. As he is going to get clear. Going to roll it to that top lane. So that 51 looks like he's starting to get a little bit of a handling bug here on that machine, as he does have some damage on that right front fender. And yeah, that 971 and 8 Mower now, he is starting to pull that gap out and get on that loud pedal. Over a second and 3 tenths now on Ronnie Shirk. So let's see.
Yeah, it looks like that 51 of Ronnie Shirk, he's starting to fall back a lot, Josh. Maybe we did see when we were riding on board in that gyro cam, you did see him get into the wall, so maybe having a little bit of a handling issue now for that 51 of Ronnie Shirk.
Oh, yeah, something. Because here at 25 to go, man, he is falling back like he's got a parachute on that machine. 2 seconds now is the gap between him and Nate Mower, so something is going on in that 51. Because Ronnie Shirk, he is just seems like he is driving a bucket right now.
Well, I'll tell you, Ronnie's been out front all night long in clean air, and had all the air on the front of that finish line Wash Pro Chevrolet, and starting behind Nate there, and it's, even though Bristol's a half-mile short track, you can still get tight and you can make the tires angry from being tucked up behind somebody. So that may be what we're seeing here is just push the tires a little too hard early on in the run. He's paying the price for it. Now, as you see the 23 getting the fence, Ed Osborne's gotten by him back up into the 3rd position.
Yeah, Ed Osborne still on a good run. Looks like Nate Mower now out to a 3-second gap on Ronnie Shirk, 3.2. As that gap is just going and going and going, as we are at the 20 to go mark this time by. So we've got 20 laps till we are getting it done here at Bristol. Man, this race has just flown by. 47 minutes. We're already at the 20 to go. So that just shows you how fast these things can go. especially when you got a lot of experienced drivers out there who know how to just get it done. We've had 2 cautions here tonight, but 2 cautions, man, that ain't nothing, and you can still get a race going.
I tell you what, I'm watching right now is the rundown with Jeremiah Hobbs, Doug Neal, and Wes Weigand. You know, all having issues and down at the bottom of the lineup, really opened the door up for guys like Ed Osborne, who's running third, and Madden is sitting there in fifth in a top 5 position. Daniel Worthington's right knocking on the door for a top 10. So those guys really in a position to take advantage of a good points night and move up into that top 8. And as Ed Osborne looked like he wants some more. He's going up for second place.
Yeah, so something definitely going on inside of that 51 machine of Ronnie Shirk. As man, Nate Mower's now pulled that gap out to 5 seconds. So definitely seeing it. There's something going on with Ronnie Shirk. Is Ed Osborne. He's wanting more of that cake. I mean, he's got a sweet tooth. He is really trying to bite off just more. He wants more. He's trying to get that second place spot. I mean, that would be a good points run here for him here tonight. So we'll see if Ed Osborne's able to do it.
I'm not sure what Ed's best finish of the season is so far, but this has got to be right up there.
Yeah, I would say you are correct. I don't have my actual standings pulled up that I usually do. But if you give me just 1 second, I can have that information for you. I hear reckon. Did they save it?
I do not see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looks like Nate Mower is going to be pulling up to a lot of lap traffic here. So he's pulling up there. I want to say that is the 29 of Travis Twitty, that is. So Travis Twitty going down a lap. You see that 53 of Jimmy Johnson right in front of him. So Nate Mower is starting to pick him off. But look at this. Ed Osborne making a move on the inside.
What was that cone just came out of nowhere? That scared me. As yeah, it was too wide there for just a second, Chris. As Ed Osborne starting to roll up. 10 laps to go this next time by. When they hit the stripe, it will be 10 to go. As you see that 51 just giving that race truck everything he has left of. I mean, there is just looks like he has used that equipment up. As that 42 of Ed Osborne looks like he just might got a little bit left. He's going to see if he can make it stick.
Yeah, you definitely see the drive that the 51 has here. He's wanting to get that second place position, but that 42, he is in that points lurk, so he is trying to get around that 51 of Ronnie Shirk. But Ronnie Shirk's, you know, it doesn't really matter. He's wanting to get that podium as well, so wanting to take on that second place. Would like to get up there to that first place position, but being almost 6-7 seconds behind now is it's really starting to come back.
And does Ed Osborne use the bumper here, man? Do we see it?
Yeah, do we see a senior move?
I don't know that it's worth it at this point. I mean, it's a great run for Ed. I mean, obviously second place would be outstanding. I just don't know that I would give up the points gain that he's got in his pocket right now. And you definitely don't want to make an enemy. This is a tough pass for him to make this far into the run. I think the best thing he can try to do is just follow Ronnie into the corner up high and stay up high, and looks like his truck's turning better than Ronnie's is, but he's running out of time here. We only have 4 laps to go.
Indeed. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Ed probably just, you know, very satisfied with the run he's got. I mean, he's up 11 spots. He started in 14th. I mean, man's running in 3rd right now, and you know, we brought him up in the early race, and he's definitely performed. Probably one of these guys now going to come to us and say, "Hey, can you talk about me before the race, man? I mean, did you see what Ed went out there and did? I mean, he ran that thing." So, you know, probably just satisfied. And you saw the respectful race, and he went to the inside, saw he didn't have it, backed out of it, got back behind Ronnie, and he's going to try to line up and come back at him here again with 2 laps to go. As it's going to be 2 to go for Nate Mower. He's going to see that 2 to go from the flagman as he's going to roll up behind Logan Russell here. And Nate Mower is not going to put Logan Russell a lap down. He told him just go. He said, it's last lap, bud. Just stay on the lead lap, man. So that's what you like to see. That 971 is going to pull it through turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Nate Mower, he is going to bring it down to the checkered flag, and he is going to win at Bristol.
That was a great run for Nate. He's had damage since the beginning of the race and managed his race really well. That was showed a lot of muscle there at the end. It just drove away.
So this race is already over. Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that we should be saying that, right?
I don't know what to do with all my extra time.
Yeah, this race just went by very fast. But hey, it went by so fast, we forgot to say a big shout out to Buttkicker. You know, they came on board as a partner here in the mid-season, and got to say a big shout out to them. But hey, want to go ahead and run through the unofficial results, because we've got some great finishes. Here is Nate Mower is going to pick up the win. Then it's going to be Ronnie Shirk in that second spot. Ed Osborne up 11 spots from 14th. He's going to finish in that third spot. So Ed Osborne, he's going to take that step on the podium. And that is what you like to see for the man who is sitting back there in the points. Scott Madden, he's also going to finish fourth. So a good run from that 22 machine. As Joey Doucette, he's going to round out your top 5. And then it's going to be Travis White in that 23 machine picking up P6. CJ Mason, he's going to be in that 55 machine. He's going to be lining up P7. Christopher Blanchard, he's going to be lining up in that finishing in that P8 position, with Daniel Worthington in that P9. Logan Russell P10 with Will Weber P11. Let's see, Doug Neal P12, Travis Switty P13, Jimmy Johnson P14, Dakota Shepard P15, Trent Cameron P17, Jason Bridges P16, Jason Bridges P17, Brian Terry P18, Billy Byron P19, Wes Weigand P20, Jason Collins P21, Jeremiah Hobbs 22nd. Chris LeBourgeois is going to round out your field in that P33 spot. So it looks like we already have Ed Osborne and Ronnie Shirk up in the staging area. Fellas, if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and grab Ed, have a word with our third place finisher. Ed Osborne, this is Chris, Josh, and Adam up in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Well, heck yeah. You know, Adam here in the pre-race here in qualifying was talking about exactly you. He said, you know, it's going to be interesting to see guys like Ed, you know, that's snuck their way into this round of 12, how well they're going to perform here. And crap, if you don't go out there and put the dang thing on podium, almost finish up in that P2 spot. It was a good run from you, Ed. You started in 14th, got yourself all the way up in third. How you feeling after tonight? And man, that was a good little run you had there tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling great. My best finish of the season. You know, I've been with the Bluegrass guys. This is my third season. I backed out of the cars because I just wasn't good enough there. And I come down to the trucks, and now here I am. I'm actually starting to do better. So I was able to creep my way into it. It's not over yet, I guess.
Heck no, it's not, man. I mean, hey, you picked up a P3 here at Bristol, a track that is it's not easy to get around here, man. You know, as fun as Bristol is, and as much as we love to get around here, it can definitely be a track that's got its troublesomes about it. You did a heck of a job, man. When you were in the battles, when you're in traffic, no matter what, you navigated yourself around here good. You executed on pit road great today, and Ed, you picked up that P3 spot, man. So yeah, if you've got any final thoughts, final words, final shout outs, or anything before we let you go, or Adam, if you got any words with if you want to say to Ed, you can go ahead and throw them out there to him, buddy.
Hey Ed, it's Adam. First of all, congratulations, man. That was a great run. Talk to me about keeping your truck clean all night, and I know that's something that you've had struggles with throughout the season, and keeping your truck clean tonight, and talk to me about that battle with Ronnie there at the end. Were you thinking, you know, get the pass done, or were you thinking about points, or just going for it?
Yeah, there at the end, Ronnie, I felt like I was faster than him. I could have got around him, but I just didn't want to push the issue. Every time I tried, I could feel my tires give up just that little bit more. So with about 5 to go there, I just kind of backed off and said, you know what, I'm going to be happy with a third. Like I said, you know, best finish for me ever in Bluegrass. So I'm just tickled to death with it. couldn't be Ronnie. He raced me clean too. I got, running side by side with him several times, and he raced me really clean, which I knew he would. And Nat, well, he took off right from the start of that last restart, and there was just going to be no running him down, I don't think.
Well, it was a great run for you. Is exactly what I was talking about in the pre-race, as they were talking about that. This is exactly what you need to do to be able to keep moving forward through these playoffs and have good runs, and hopefully we see you up front again next week.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that I even done this, because Bristol is like my very worst track. And I really come into this with low optimism. I just didn't feel like I'd do very good. And I was really not expecting to make it to the next round, but here I am. So, like I said, it's not over yet. I'm still in the hunt. So I'm just tickled to death with that.
Well, buddy, if Bristol is your worst track, then these boys are in trouble next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Well, hey Ed, if you got any shout outs, buddy, any final words before we let you go, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the guys over at VFP, especially Babs. Looky here, man, I finally done it. My first interview even. So I just want to say thank you to you guys for being loyal watchers, and hang in there, guys. Keep watching. It's not over yet. Just like I said, I want to thank my teammate Chris too. He's helped me throughout the season get better. And all the Cup guys that's helped me in the past, say thank you to you guys. All the guys up in the broadcast booth, great job this year, man. I'm really glad we picked y'all up.
Heck yeah, we'll appreciate that. It'll. Hey, congratulations on your best finish in the Bluegrass series, man. You picked up that podium, and hey, good luck here in the rest of the round of 12, and hopefully we'll be talking to you more up here in the broadcast booth as you're picking up that momentum, buddy.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate it, guys.
I'd appreciate you too, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, and that was Ed Osborne. Gonna go ahead and bring up that second place finisher, Ronnie Shirk. And Adam, do you want to go ahead and conduct that interview with Ronnie, or do you want me to run into it?
That's whatever you need, bud. I'm here for you.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted to throw one out there. Just let you have a shot
Sure,
at it.
go
I'm
ahead.
not. It's so I was gonna say it's so weird. I'm not used to having another person up here, so
No,
I
you're
felt
good.
weird not passing it off that last time, and Chris had to say something through the mic. So yeah, let you go ahead and grab this one, Ronnie.
Ronnie Shirk, it's Adam Lancaster up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, buddy.
So a good top two finish for you tonight. It's a great points night for you, obviously. Probably not what you wanted there. Dominated the race throughout the race. Talk about what you were experienced there on that last run.
We came in for that last pit stop, and I didn't click my gas where I needed it, and I ended up filling it all the way up. And I think that's where Nate got me. But once we got going green again, I just try to stay with him, try to save my tires, and being behind him just it kept me tight. So I burned that right front up, and he just got away from me. And then Ed put up a fight towards the end. He raced me clean. I know he's been having trouble all year trying to finish these races, and I'm happy for him to finally get a top three.
Well, definitely a strong night for you. Nevertheless, you qualified on the pole and led a bunch of laps tonight. I feel like that. Ed was saying that he was wanting to just get a good solid finish out of it. So it was fun watching you and Jason race there earlier in the race, and watching you and Ed have a good strong battle. There at the end of the race, I'm sure, like I said, you'd love to have been one position more. Next week we go to Texas. So how do you feel about your chances there?
Sure. Bristol was a tough one for me. I spent a lot of time today practicing for it, so um, I'll practice again for Texas and just get myself ready. Finished third last week and second this week, so I guess first is what's up next for me.
Well, that sounds good. And I don't know if Josh or Chris, you guys got anything?
I don't know. I was just going to say it was a good run from you, Ronnie. I mean, like basically everything Adam said. It was fun to watch you battle early on, and then there towards the end, it's fun watching you with Nate. You were all over him, and like you said, just ate that right side up, and unfortunately did fall back a little bit, but still good run from you, Ronnie. We're starting to see that speed come out of that 51 machine more and more, and it's going to be fun to see you at Texas next week. Yeah, just if you got any final words, any final thoughts before we let you go, buddy, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Like I said last week, thanks for Finish Line Wash Pros for coming aboard this year to sponsor me. Thanks for Jason for putting on the Bluegrass series. You guys for broadcasting it. Thanks, John Kinder, for all the help that he does for me, coaching me up. But that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys next week. Hopefully, P1.
Ooh, that's what we like to hear, Ronnie. Well, hey, good luck in the rest of your week, buddy, and we'll be hopefully talking to you, like you said, P1 next week at Texas.
Sounds good. Have a good
All
night,
right.
guys.
You too. All right, that was Ronnie Shirk, your second place finisher. Going to go ahead and bring up that 971 of Nate Mower and have a word with your P1 race winner here tonight. Nate Mower, Chris, Josh, and Adam in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
How you guys doing tonight?
Oh man, we are doing great, and got to ask you that same question. How are you doing after an awesome race, man? That lace race pace there, you looked pretty dang dominant as you started to pull away from Ronnie. Really made him have to eat up his equipment. Got a little hairy there as you pulled up on that big old gaggle of lapped cars, but you were definitely showing the pace there in that late run.
First and foremost, I think the winner of this race was Ed Osborne. Ed Osborne, I don't know how he got up there where he finished third, but whatever he did, it worked. It was good to see somebody different up front. Ed's a really nice guy. I'm just glad to see him up there finish P3 for. I loved it. I loved it. But no, that run tonight. Yeah, I kind of figured this race was going to come down between me, Shirk, and Jason. Jason was telling me all week how fast he is. I told him I'll beat him, and then I was really upset to see him get wiped out. Just want to race Jason, man. I'd never get to race him anymore. He's always having some bad luck. I was just saving my tires there. Then, I don't really know. The biggest thing here is trying to figure out where to go around the lap traffic. I mean, you can ask a guy to go low, but I mean, it's their right to be on the racetrack. They don't got to go low if you don't want them to. So I don't usually even say anything. They just go down. I always say thanks to them. So I appreciate the guys that did go down to the non-preferred line, let the guys have the preferred line on the lead lap. I think I only beat Ronnie tonight simply because I beat him on that pit stop. He was going like 32, 33 mile an hour down the pit road there, and it's like, well, heck, I can go through 3 boxes to get in my box. I'm going to get her up to about 36, 37. I'm going to beat him out, and kind of how I won that race, I think. And I really appreciate Ronnie racing me there clean. I knew we had a better, shorter run car, and I appreciate him not giving me the bumper there early on. I mean, he tried getting underneath me and everything. I just appreciate guys that race me clean, and I always race them clean. And that first run, I mean, the second to last run there before we that last caution came out, I was kind of just laying off because I felt like I was faster than him on the long run, and I was just about ready to start going, and the caution came out, and luckily I beat him on pit road, and that's eventually what won me the race tonight.
Heck yeah, Nate, you did a freaking great job, man. Every time we get to talk to you in victory lane, it's seems like it's just a dominating victory, or you just
I had 2 second place finishes in a row. 2 second place finishes 2 weeks in a row. Second place finishes.
Hey, well, now you got to go get another 2 in a row so you can get another one. I'm just
yeah, I heard Ronnie say you'll be talking to him in first place next week. Ronnie, if you're listening, I'll be there fighting for you. Hopefully Jason's there at the end too next week.
Hey, Nate, it's Adam. You got me?
Yeah, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Not as good as you in victory lane there. So, you touched on it a little bit, and I'm just curious to talk about the patience that you have here at Bristol to navigate through lap traffic and to make a pass to get a pass done. I watched you come through the field a little bit there and have to make some passes. And, we talked about it tonight of the patience that you have to get a pass done clean. And obviously you had to keep your truck clean all night to have something to race there at the end. So just talk about the patience that you have here, whether it's lap traffic or making a pass for position.
Yeah, I think the main key in any race, not just Bristol, any track, you race with the guys. I'm racing with these guys every week. You know who burns up their tires faster, and you know who's better on the long run. So, uh, yeah, patience is key. I think even in real life racing, I think patience number one thing. Don't go for it all in the first few laps. Just wait for everything to spread out and make your make your own path. Yeah, I also think that patience goes a long way with the other drivers too. I think they got to be a little bit forgiving to actually give up that higher lane to go down low. And when I was leading that race, I was slowly pulling away from Shirk, and I was actually going over the radio and telling guys there towards the end, no pressure. I didn't need to pass them. I had like a 6 or 7 second lead, and I know some guys will just try to keep lapping as many people as they can, but I just finally wanted to finish first for once. It's been a while.
So I got to know, were you toying with those guys a little bit? Because you got by Ronnie there and you just checked out. So I don't. Was it just the clean air that helped you out, or were you holding back throughout the race? Because once you got out front, man, you were gone.
Uh, you could say I wasn't running as hard. Yeah. Oh no, I was definitely saving. Like that second to last run we had there, where Ronnie, where what that did that wreck happen right now? I can't remember. I just remember Ronnie got out to like 8 tenths. I told myself I'm not going to let him get out over a second. I'm going to start pushing hard. When I'm kind of saving my tires, I don't use my brakes, so I let off really early and just try getting a good bite in the center and have a good exit. That's kind of what I was doing. But then when I'm trying to push, which I did that last run, Ronnie was all over me. I was actually braking pretty hard going to the turns just to get the car to turn better, and I'd mash it to get a good exit off, and that's just kind of how I pulled away. But yes, you could say I wasn't toying. I actually thought Ronnie was going to win this race tonight.
Well, hey, look, congratulations, man, on the win. That's a awesome win for you. I don't know what the points are right now. I'm sure they'll come out a little bit later on tonight. But with Jason having his issues, you and Ronnie and Jason and possibly some others are going to be really really tight. So it'll be interesting as these playoffs continue to see what you guys can do. And it was an exciting race. And again, congratulations.
Thanks. Hey, you good luck. I guess you guys are racing here tomorrow night, so good luck to
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna strap in and give her a shot tomorrow night and see what we can do.
Make sure you let that Kinder guy win.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Nate, it was always a pleasure having you up here in the booth, man, having a word with you. If you got any final thoughts, final words, final shout outs before we let you go here tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
I know my old man is watching right now. My dad, he loves watching iRacing more than real life racing anymore. Shout out to him. He tunes in every night. I just send him the YouTube link and he'll watch it. Jason for running this league. This league is great. I know next season it's going to expand to 3 different series. Xfinity Series is coming. So for anybody watching right now looking to get in this, it costs a little bit of money. And put in your time, you can actually make money off of it. It's almost like the lottery. You guys for broadcasting, all you boys up there, and Adam, I like that you guys are having some cup guys come in there Tuesday nights now. Pretty cool. And my teammates, I know I was in the same Discord as some of my teammates tonight. I just really had to concentrate, so me and Doug were in our own Discord tonight. But Doug, Neal, you guys, anybody needs a button box for more immersion of their sim rig, hit up Simbox PC on Facebook.
Heck yeah, Nate. It was good to see you up here in that victory lane again. And hey, be seeing you at Texas next week. Excuse me. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again. We know you said you're going to be running up there. As
I love it.
Ronnie
I love
said.
turn one. I love Texas is probably it's one of my favorite tracks. Is all that I love that new turn one.
Heck yeah! See, this is what we like to hear. We got Ronnie saying he's going to win it. We got you saying it's your favorite track. We already got two bad fast cars going into the week with a headstrong full of it. What's the word I'm looking for? With a head full of ego, and that's what we like to see.
You
We're
know
going.
what that means? That means we all got to tune in next week and
Oh
see
yes,
who
sir.
was right and who was wrong.
Yeah. Which one of you guys are going to be? I'm just here for
Now,
the sake
no,
of
don't be creating any tension between me and Ronnie. I like Ronnie. I really respect Ronnie. He races me clean. I try to race him clean.
That's
So,
what I say too.
well, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna get off here and get some shut eye. I hopefully talk to you guys next week in P1.
Yes, sir, Nate.
Have a good night, guys.
You too, buddy.
See ya.
All right. Well, that was Nate Mower, your P1 winner, and you heard it from him, man. Just good vibes from him. That's what we like to see from that 971. Always a pleasure to speak with him. It's always a good just a good talk. Always fun to listen to him, pick his brain, hear what he's got to say about that race truck. Very knowledgeable on it. But hey, we saw a great race here at Bristol here tonight, and we got like Nate said, it's even I agree with it. It's fun that we've had last week John Kinder up in the booth for Darlington. This week we've had Adam Lancaster. Just been an awesome race to call with these guys. We love having these Cup guys up here in the booth. And Adam, it has just been a full on blast having you up here, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was fun. It was a great race to watch, and these truck guys always put on a great show, and it typical Bristol, right? So you have to be patient, and we saw patience pay off, and a lot of good hard racing, and we saw some of these the guys that are in the back of the points make some really good headway. Um, towards trying to go to Texas next week and move up and move forward and keep their playoff drive going. So just I appreciate you guys having me, and like I said, it was a lot of fun.
We
Yeah, well,
appreciate you.
we appreciate you being up here as well, Adam, and hopefully we can do this again, man. You're always welcome up here in the booth. We know they're just throwing some of you guys up here that are wanting to be up here every now and then, and hey, if you ever want to hop back up here for a race and they give you the okay, you're more than welcome to hop back up here, buddy. It was a full on blast having you, and very excited to watch you race tomorrow here at Bristol. So good luck to you here tomorrow, and yeah, that is going to bring me to my next point. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. This will be back at Darlington. We will be back at Darlington for the Cup Series, and you can, or not Darlington. I don't know why I just said that. Bristol. I don't know why I just said that. I'm on last week still. We will be back at Bristol tomorrow night, as you will see Adam Lancaster, who we had up here in the booth with us. He'll be out there racing.
Hopefully we can have a good run. Our Elite Motorsports guys. John and I had some unfortunate circumstances that took us out of the playoff running, but we still got two really fast guys with Alex Huffman and Justin Winters that have a chance to win every week. So I'm sure John and I are going to do everything we can to help them and help ourselves, and I expect to have a good run tomorrow night. Would again the same practices as what these guys had to go through tonight of just having a good clean race and try to stay out of trouble, and I'm gonna do my best Ed Osborne impression tomorrow night and try to get a good solid run.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, hey, this has been Chris, Josh, and Adam up here in the Bluegrass booth. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Click that notification bell so you know when we go live every time. If you're on that Facebook page, hit that like button, share it to your friends, send it in Messenger, do whatever you want to with it. Get the word out. We got a good league here, and a lot of good racing week in and week out every Tuesday and Wednesday night. So again, make sure to tune in tomorrow night, Wednesday, to check out these guys race the Cup Series cars here at Bristol. And then yeah, other than that, just a big shout out to our partner Buttkicker and all the guys over at Bluegrass for allowing us to do this once again. And yeah, that's going to be, I think, all from us up here in the booth. So again, thank you from Chris, Adam, and Josh. And we will be seeing you, Chris and Josh. That is up here in the booth for the Cup race tomorrow. So hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday night, and we will be seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day tomorrow, and yeah, we'll be seeing you then. Good night, folks, and yeah.